Valence 3D is a relatively new 3D modeling application available for both iPad and iPhone. Today, I'd like to provide a brief review of its features and capabilities. This is not a complete review, just an intro. Let's get right into it. You can use an Apple Pencil or a keyboard to model. You start a new project by pressing on the lower right corner. Each new file starts out with a cube primitive. You use one finger to rotate around, 2 fingers to pan, and 2 fingers to zoom. Here on the upper left corner, you can select any axis and the view will change accordingly. If you lose orientation, you can press this home button here to reset the view. The bulk of the modeling work is done here in the upper right corner. You have 4 different selection modes: meshes, faces, edges, and vertex. Then you have 4 base actions that can change based on your selection. In mesh mode, using the move tool shifts the entire mesh. However, in face mode, the move tool affects only the selected face, moving it independently. You can double tap to pull up the inspector where you can more finely control movement and position. You can also change the color of a mesh. Let's go over the pros of this app. It's a one-time purchase of $39.99. Which is a welcome change in a world riddled by subscriptions. The app has seen continuous improvements since I bought it. For instance, I suggested an alignment feature to the developer, and they added it in less than a month. It also includes primitives, which are essentially pre-made shapes that you can apply dimensions to directly, eliminating the need to sketch 2D objects and extrude them like in Shaper. However, this does come with a drawback. More on that later. Now for the cons/wish list. Easier rotation. Rotating a model requires switching modes from the upper left corner, which disrupts the workflow. It would be much smoother if rotation could be done directly when selecting a mesh. Measurement retention. It would be helpful if measurements were saved rather than resetting once you exit the toggle measurement. Direct selection. Selecting edges, vertices, or faces requires manually switching selection modes from the upper left corner. I know these may seem like minor critiques, but when modeling on an iPad, the repetitive movements quickly add up. A more intuitive, direct selection method would be a big improvement. The last con, and I think the biggest one, is the lack of constraints. I haven't been able to find a way to constrain meshes, and after searching through the documentation, I couldn't find any relevant information. I'm unsure if this feature is on the developer's roadmap, but it should be in my opinion. Constraints is a rule or limitation applied to a design to control its behavior and maintain specific relationships between elements. Think of it as a guideline that ensures parts of your design stay connected or aligned in a particular way, even when you make changes. Overall, I'm excited about Valence's potential. With a few more updates, it could become an excellent budget-friendly 3D modeling tool. However, I understand that not everyone has the opportunity to fund a work in progress or take a gamble on its potential success. So if you need a polished application, this is not for you. If you primarily work on an iPad and can't justify the cost of Shaper 3D, this is a solid alternative. Just make sure to adjust your expectations. From my understanding, there is only one developer working on Valence. Thanks for watching, see you on the next one.